Good morning again, guys. Well, here it is. It's Good Friday. And I'm not actually going to wish you a happy Good Friday because it's really not a happy day. If you think about it, this is the day that Christ died for our sins. You know, and it brings up something, when, as people, when we love selfishly, we have a tendency to kill the things we love. Okay? Christ was completely unselfish and died for us, if you will. We all know there's a huge war on Christianity. Of course, here being a Christian holiday, consider it Passover and Jewish holiday, but however you want to slice it. So it brings into the selfishly part, the hypocrisy that we see. And I'm going to get into a couple of things here, but give you this, as I put in the title, lies, damned lies, and statistics. You always hear the statistics skewed one way. I'll take them back the other way and show you the other side real quick. It's kind of funny. A couple of years ago, our current potato in chief supposedly got 81 million votes. More votes than any other presidential candidate in the history of the United States ever has got, right? Okay. And you get all the liberals who claim, oh, we've got to do this or we've got to do that. And, Joe's the one that's going to get us there. Okay. I'm trying to give you just a couple of points. Let's look at the big one that we hear out of the liberal side over and over. Climate change, right? I'm going to give you this. 81 million votes for Joe, right? There are 3 million electric vehicles on the road. So that means if every one of those was owned by a liberal, that means 78 million people that voted for Joe are driving a gasoline car. Just saying. Okay, think about that. Maybe we want to talk about gun control, right? Yeah. 20% of liberals admit to owning a gun. 31% admit to living in a household where someone owns a gun. Okay. 1 in 5 liberals apparently doesn't believe in gun control. Okay. Or at least does believe in the Second Amendment. How about this one? Let's, go to California, the $5 million to every African American who, we have to get paid for slavery because I wasn't a slave, but I want money. Okay. 54% of Democrats are against paying reparations. More than half. Say it. Okay. Should we talk about the border wall? The crisis on the border, whatever it is? How about this? 56% of Democrats don't support illegal immigration, but yet they all live in these sanctuary cities and vote for Democrats. Okay. They don't support the policies. How about this one? Let's talk about Leah Thomas or, Riley Gaines, who was attacked yesterday, if you saw that, by a man wearing a dress. Just another one of those peaceful liberals. Okay. 36% of Democrats believe your gender is determined at birth and it's purely biological. More than 1 in 3. Okay. The economy, we all can speak for this one. 80% of Democrats currently believe that the economy is either in a poor condition or a fair condition. 19% see it as good, and 1% see it as excellent. Okay, so 80% of the Democrats do not believe in Joe's policies. Okay, but remember, he got 81 million votes. Okay. Was it 51% of this country is female, biologically female? Okay. Well, to all the women out there, especially if you voted for Biden, congratulations, you are now known as a birthing person. Okay. Your daughters get to compete against men in sport. Oh, just in case you want to know, 47% of Democrats disagree, do not believe that genetic boys should compete against genetic girls. Okay. And yeah, the last two women of the year were men. Okay. We talk about hypocrisy. Okay. Christ dying for our sins. If that isn't telling you about a bunch of hypocrisy, oh yeah, I don't believe in anything this guy stands for, but I'm going to vote for him anyway. It brings me to a topic that Mrs. P and I have talked about. And for those of you guys that are new, my wife grew up in the Soviet Union, okay? And until she was 37 years old, she was living in Soviet Union and then, of course, Russia, right? She was 14 when the Soviet Union fell. So she was old enough to realize what was going on. Most of us these days don't have any family members left or don't know anybody. There's hardly anybody left alive who lived through the Great Depression. Okay. So most of us don't have the ability to go sit down this weekend and talk to a family member and say, what was it like? But that's where it's coming. That's where we seem to be headed toward, all right? The dollar is collapsing slowly, but the writing's on the wall. We can all see it. All right, the rest of the world is trying to figure out how to create a currency to dethrone the dollar as the world reserve currency. And everybody wonders why China, Russia, India are stockpiling gold, because they want a gold-backed currency that they can go to the rest of the world and go, look, our currency's backed by gold. The United States currency is backed by the full faith and credit of Maxine Waters, Nancy Pelosi, and Jerry Nadler. Which one would you rather have? We see inflation going up like crazy. We see this country being turned on its ear. It's losing its collective mind, when we're sending money to rebuild Iraq, but we can't send money to rebuild East Palestine or Mississippi or Indiana or Missouri or Iowa or anything like that. We can't do anything there. But, hey, a country that we have basically no use for, we'll send billions of dollars to. The American people see that. And we see the collapse that is coming. Remember good old Barry Obama? What's Trump got? A magic wand to make GDP go up? Because GDP was running at, 1.9% during Obama's tenure? All of a sudden we get Trump in and amazingly we were at 5%. Joe comes in, we're back at 1.4. Okay. Democrat policies don't work. Even the Democrats agree. Okay. Though they still vote that way. But go back and look. Like I said, we don't have a whole lot of people that we can talk to who lived through the Depression. But we do have a lot of people in this country, we happen to have one in the house, okay, who grew up in Eastern Europe when the Iron Curtain fell. Okay. There are plenty of people, God knows we know this, there's plenty of people who are here in the country from Venezuela who can tell you about the country falling apart and hyperinflation. Maybe, depending on where you live, you might know somebody who emigrated here from Zimbabwe. They can tell you what happened. Okay. I listen to some of the stories that Mrs. P tells me about her dad standing in line for butter or bread, about her grandmother literally, after cutting a loaf of bread, sweeping the crumbs of bread off the breadboard and eating the crumbs of bread because nothing went to waste. This is what you're preparing for. Okay. And this is what all those people who punched the ticket with the guy who has the blue D next to his name don't pay attention to. They vote completely against their own interests. I don't care about the vote. I don't care about how they vote. If they're that stupid to vote against their own interests, that's on them. Nothing I can do to change it. I can lead a horse to water. I can't make him drink. Okay, you can't make a liberal think. They don't use this. They don't use their brain. Everything is determined by feelings. Okay, can't think about something. It's how I feel about something. I'm going to tell you this: in the not too distant future, don't know when, the feeling that they're going to have is going to be things like hunger, pain, sorrow, cold. Those are the feelings that they are going to experience. It's not going to be, oh, it hurt my feelings. No, it's going to be actual physical feelings. It's like I said, you're going to have chest pains, you're going to have stomach pains, you're going to have headaches from hunger because they didn't take care of their basic needs. They voted against them. They voted against their own interests and didn't take care of the fact that their own interests have now been taken away from them. And gee, I'm sorry, you don't have any food. You don't have clean water. You don't have any electricity. You don't have any fuel oil for heat or whatever. There is no gasoline to go to grandma's house. There is no store to go to. Those are the things that we're preparing for. This is why it's so important to put food up, to figure out ways to clean water, to figure out ways to keep your family warm, keep them dry. It's pouring rain today. I have a roof over my head. I'm lucky. Not everybody in this country does. Okay. I thank God every day for what I have. It ain't a ton. It's more than some. It's less than a lot. But it's what I have. And I thank God for it. Okay. Here it is. It's Good Friday. Christ died for our sins. I'll just give you one suggestion. Don't create any more sins. Why would you do something that is against your own interest? Why would you be selfish? Why would you kill those that you love? That's kind of what you got to look at this, right? When we love selfishly, we kill the things we love. It's Good Friday, right? Take care of yourself. Take care of the ones that you love. Don't kill them.